Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be playing some MyRise from 2K22. We're going to be looking at the women's division because I feel there's quite a lot of videos out there already going through the men's story. So we'll just try something a little bit different today. If you do want to follow the story, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. For the character creation portion of this first episode, I'm going to put that at the end of the episode. So if it's something that you're interested in, make sure you stick around afterwards so that you can catch all of that. But if it's mainly just the story that you're interested in, I'll have that up first. So without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah, there's Paragon.
Wow, this is really nice.
Yep, and it's the last stop on our tour. Here you'll be evaluated by the trainers, the bosses, and your fellow wrestlers. When you're in the gym, all eyes are on you. Oh, sorry, isn't there anyone on the European side we can discuss this with? Ugh, not discuss, discuss. So, what do you think?
I can't believe I'm actually here.
I meant about the tour. Too rushed?
I don't mind. I'm anxious to get started.
We feel the same way.
Sure seems like it.
Oh, sorry, one of those days, you know. Listen, I've been the head recruiter here for a few years now, and I can't remember another trainee I've been this excited about. I'm finishing up a tour right now. Frankly, not one of my best. I'll be back in my office in 5. Any questions?
She's getting
just
hassled.
one or two, maybe. Like, I was wondering...
Great. I've got to run and deal with this. And you've got the last bit of forms to fill out.
Sounds like it's
and
Chris
whatnot.
Danger on the
I
other
gave
end
you
or
your
something
training here,
hassling
right?
her.
No, I didn't. Get started on the forms. I'll be back in a few. When WWE is trying to put smiles on people's faces all over the world, it truly is all hands on deck. I'm walking back to my office now. Walking
Yeah, definitely
back
Danger.
to Wall
Can't wait
King
5 seconds.
Back to.
And shout out to Chris, by the way. Love his content. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go check it out. Alright, so that's our little intro. Time to meet our new teammates. Alright, character created. She's going to be a little bit of a brat, so let's see how rude we can be to some of our new fellow trainees here. First up, Josie Jane.
I think you made a wrong turn. This isn't a Hollywood spa.
I could tell that just by looking at you.
Ooh.
This place is for wrestlers. We don't have stunt doubles here, D-list.
Really? You sure look like you've taken a few falls right on your face.
Oh, burn.
We'll see how tough you are once the sweating starts. Training here isn't like anything you've done before. I've been here a month and my body's more dented and stiff than a wad of chewing gum stuck under a greasy diner table.
Man, that's gross, bro.
You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into.
Yeah.
And you have no idea who you're talking to. I am a star, and it's about time everyone started recognizing it.
You're a fake. I trained with the best in Calgary, and then spent a decade fighting the top independent wrestlers in North America. So your little prima donna routine, as we say in Canada, that don't impress me much.
Oh, come on. Be impressed.
You've been wrestling for 10 years and are just now getting here? I don't know if I'd say that so loud. You're gonna embarrass yourself.
I've worked too hard for too long to get here to let some walking photo op steal my spot.
After I kick your ass out of here, I'll give you some autographs to bring back to the folks back
Ooh.
in Calgary.
Yeah, she's getting nasty. I like it. Who's this? This looks like a little kid.
Hey, I'm Maylee, but everybody calls me Fanny.
Nice to...
Because my last name is Fan and I'm a WWE super fan. And hopefully someday
Okay,
when
well,
I
that's
make it
a relief.
to WWE, there'll be fandemonium. Get it?
Oh no.
You don't
Yeah,
have a
you
lot
okay?
of friends, do you?
Not many. I am so excited you're here.
Oh,
she's got
you're
the
a fan
crazy
of my
eyes.
film and TV work. You want an autograph?
Nope. I'm happy you're here because I'm tired of being the new girl. And I don't have time to watch anything but wrestling. I even follow indies like BCW. You ever heard of Buzz?
No, but I can hear a loud buzzing in my head. Then again, maybe that's just you.
He's probably my favorite wrestler. I've seen him compete 2,009 times.
And look at the eyes.
Am I gonna have to be deposed in a court case?
He actually put in a good word with management to get me in here. And this has been the best 2 weeks of my life. Well, maybe not quite as good as the 2 weeks I camped out for WrestleMania tickets in New Jersey. It was colder, but there were a lot fewer surprise super kicks. You know WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't live under a rock.
It's only the biggest, greatest, grandest event in the entire universe. It's the crown jewel of sports entertainment. I've been 6 times, as a fan, obviously, but maybe, could you imagine fandemonium in the ring at WrestleMania?
No, I can't. But I'll be sure to sign your autograph book when I'm main eventing WrestleMania.
Alright. Fangirl indeed. Looks more like a little stalker. What's the road dog got to say?
Sup, new girl? Welcome to the PC.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
Even though I'm mainly training the men right now, I'm always around if you need any advice.
Good to know.
One thing I can share with you right now is that in this business, you either have it or you don't. My daddy taught me something a long time ago. You could polish a dog turd all day. At the end of the day, it's still doo-doo.
I'm not sure I totally understand.
Me neither. Why would anyone even want to polish dog poo? It's disgusting. Anyway, trust your gut, pick your spots, and make sure you don't end up in the DOGG house. Good luck.
Note to self, change batteries before you start recording. Alright, so what have we got here? Looks like she's got... this is her manager that she doesn't quite know about. Alright, let's not be rude to him. We might need him later. Yeah. I don't think I need luck. Yeah. Let's be arrogant. We've got to be arrogant. I feel that's her personality. Alright. So I think that's enough of the social media for now. Just a quick little intro into everything there. Meeting the new characters. Alright, looks like we've got our antagonist for the series in Josie Jane. Make sure we give her hell. Very much like Paragon in the men's division. I think he's just going to be a pain in our backside the entire time. Alright, so we should be just about to meet the trainers here and get into our first match.
First off, I'd like to officially welcome our newest recruit to the start of her WWE journey.
Thanks, Sean.
If you hadn't noticed, there's a lot going on behind the scenes today, so fortunately, I don't have time to go through the big corporate speech that old Vinnie Mac and his pals in HR require me to give every single time a new trainee arrives.
We don't
So
need
we're going to cut to the
formalities.
chase.
Have you met Chase? He used to dress like a giant rib.
Fanny, zip it.
Sorry, Mrs. Glamazon.
Okay,
Oh dear.
as you may or may not know, the WWE superstars just finished up a huge European tour. Unfortunately, a big storm hit and now their plane won't make it back in time for Raw in Miami tonight.
There are
Ooh,
a
we going
few
to Raw?
superstars who weren't on the tour that are able to make the show. But now Sasha Banks doesn't have an opponent.
OMG, the boss!
Fanny! Anyway, we heard from Raw GM Mandy Rose that they're scrambling to find someone to take on Sasha.
So, that's where one of you comes in.
I'm already packed. Let's go.
Hey,
That's
hang on.
great. but we haven't made a
Get back in
decision on
line.
which one of you will face Sasha tonight.
And in WWE, we like to solve our problems in the ring.
There's no decision. It's me. She started hyperventilating the moment Beth walked in. You think she can wrestle on live television in front of the entire WWE universe?
That's a fair
I can
point.
do it. I'll be fine. Whoa, getting
No.
dizzy.
She's
I
gone.
better sit down. Yeah,
She's gone.
I'm out.
And she hasn't been here long enough to know where the restrooms are.
Third door on the right.
It's second door on the left, but close.
She's peeing in the
Look,
closet.
we're on a tight schedule, so we need to make a call, one way or another.
Josie, you've been a bit banged up recently. Are you even up for this match?
I can do it. Sasha Banks won't know what hit her.
Okay, problem solved. Josie will
Hang
go
on.
face Sasha.
Not
No.
unless she gets through me first.
The decision has already been made.
I thought in WWE we solve our problems in the ring.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
of the time we do. But this is different. We're
No,
on a
it's not.
time crunch here.
Sean, she's got a point.
Okay, fine. You two, get in the ring. Winner goes to Raw to face Sasha Banks. And whatever you do, make it quick.
Alright, we get to smack Josie around nice and early.
Woohoo!
Oh my goodness. She's way too much. Alright, let's get into our first match. I've only got the basic moveset at the moment. I'll see how that kind of looks and then we can tweak that as we go. So Josie's already a little bit banged up from the start of this, and of course she's countering already. This game is really good at countering. Then when it gives you the chance to counter, it flashes up on the screen so quickly that you don't have time to react. So if you don't know that move and when it's going to come up, a lot of the time I fail. So yes, you can laugh at me at how bad I am at this game at times, but you know what? We're going to play anyway. Alright. Springboard. Oh, okay, that was a fail. Trying to make it look good and landed on my face. Alright, let's smack her around a little bit. That's the way. Just punch her in the face. Alright, we already don't like Josie. What? Now she's gonna... Is it countering again? Stop it! This is gonna throw me out of the ring. Alright. Can we... No, I suppose the disqualifications are on. They won't let us battle with the chair. One thing I actually really would like more in this game is if there are better ways to take the referee out of the match so that you can get chairs and stuff like that. But even when they do fall over, they tend to get up pretty quick. Ouch! What are you doing? That's better. Alright, that kind of looks like a signature that she's also got as a standard move. Just hug the referee. Come on, man. Just punch the referee. Alright, DDT. Alright, come on. Let's go. Ooh. Is that a code breaker? It's alright. As long as I punch her in the face, it's all good. I don't know, one of the updates that they did not that long ago, I've noticed not long after that, they seem to get really shaky legs every now and then. So I'm not sure if that was something from one of the updates, or maybe I just didn't notice it early on. Oh, also got a signature in the corner. Ah yeah, of course she countered it. They always counter it. But I kind of want to hit that just to see what it looks like. I mean, we're getting our butts kicked here. But I know I said that I'm not necessarily the best player at the game, but, you know, generally I do better than this. Alright, there we go. Finally got a counter in. Rip a leg off. Alright, let's go. Smack, smack. Oh, another count. Alright. Smack, 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 smack. Forearm uppercut. It's the way. Alright, we got... Alright. That's a pretty cool looking move, but I feel that she's too small to really do that. I don't think it'd look right on some of the bigger wrestlers in the game. Alright, nearly got her stunned. Alright. We've got a finisher. Should we use the finisher? Just try and finish this match off. Oh. She's just gonna punch me in the head. Oh, it's just nasty. Come on, what about the cat? I'm sure I pressed that. Alright, go to the top rope. Come on. No. She doesn't have the range to even go that far. Oh, she's gonna put a sharpshooter on me. Oh, come on. No, don't let me lose. No, she doesn't have any damage enough for that. Alright, I'm out. It's okay. It's because you train in Canada doesn't mean you have the right to use that move. Oh! Okay, that looked pretty cool. Alright, let's try this signature again. Oh, bulldog from the top rope. I like it. Okay, alright. Let's just make a tap, right? Let's get this over with. Make a tap. Give up. Literally give up your opportunity to face Sasha Banks tonight. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to work on putting a submission move into her set because I like using submissions. That one doesn't necessarily look all that good. Alright, now I think we get to rub a little bit of salt into the wounds of Josie. Let's see what she's got to say for herself.
What do you want?
I guess I thought with the Sasha Banks match on the line that you'd put up more of a fight. But I was wrong. That was easy.
I should be the one facing Sasha tonight, not you. You just got lucky I wasn't 100%.
You lost?
Just know that next time you get in the ring with me, it won't be that easy. You're gonna get the real Josie Jane.
And she called me fake.
Sure, okay. Just make sure to watch my match tonight. Maybe you can pick up some tips.
Haha. Alright, here's our fangirl.
That was amazing! Are you so excited? I'm so excited, and I'm not even going to Raw. How springy do you think the mat will be? Same as here or slightly different? Do you think Sasha Banks will smell good? Will you bring me back something from catering? Oh, and some hotel shampoo?
Fanny, you're starting to hyperventilate again.
I know. This is embarrassing. You're the one going and I'm hyperventilating.
Oh my goodness.
That's just one of the many reasons why I'm going and you're not.
Jeez, harsh. Maybe I won't even watch tonight then. JK, there's no way I could miss this. Good luck.
You can't get her spirits down. It's kind of cool, really. Right, looks like we get our custom attire for our first night on Raw as well. At least we don't have to wrestle in the PC gear. Oh, cool. Have a look at that. That came up really, really good. Quite happy with that. So like I said, guys, stick around afterwards because I will show you the creation of the character.
Ugh, what are you doing here?
What do you mean?
Warm welcome.
I'm here to face Sasha Banks tonight.
They sent you? You've been at the PC for what, 24 hours?
I think it was just under 3, actually.
Great.
That's all I needed.
I mean, first it was the travel issues and now this. Do you think the other GMs have to deal with this crap? No, they don't. They could have at least sent someone who spent some time inside a real ring. I thought it would be Josie Jane.
Huh. So did she. Nah, get ready for greatness.
Sorry to ruin your plans, but get used to it, because Sasha Banks doesn't stand a chance tonight.
Ugh, green, and stupid, this is going to be ugly.
Alright, who else can we talk to here? R-Truth. This should be interesting.
What's up? I'm R-Truth. Welcome to Friday Night Raw.
What?
Isn't it Monday Night Raw?
Man, I was one of the lucky ones who made it back from Europe. I'm so jet lagged, I don't know what day it is.
But Raw is always on Mondays.
Only if you don't have a DVR. Anyway, someone told me you were a PC girl.
That's right.
Cool. I don't know nothing about computers, but I'm starting to think that fad is here to stay.
You're an idiot.
PC stands for Performance Center. Maybe you should change your name to R-Dumb.
Here's a funny idiot, though.
Change my name? And just pretend that R-Truth never existed? Okay, okay, kid. Quit messing around. But enough about that. I heard you're going to race Sasha Banks. You better run fast.
What?
Face Sasha Banks. In the ring.
Oh, that makes more sense. Still, she's tough as hell. So you still better run fast. Good luck, girl.
Thanks, Truth. Here's a classic. Gotta love it.
Who are you?
You're about to find out.
You don't know? Okay. Well, in a couple hours, you're gonna find out.
Cute. But I don't wrestle fans.
Don't insult me by calling me a fan of yours. I'm from the PC.
I know who's at the PC. You? Ain't one of them.
I just started today.
And they sent you to face me?
That's it.
Are you kidding? I was supposed to have a Raw Women's Championship match against Naomi tonight. And now I'm facing off against this joke? Wait, are you dying? And this is your wish?
You're gonna wish you hadn't
you.
said that. I might be new here, but tonight you're gonna call me the boss.
I'm going to enjoy this.
I don't know. I reckon we'll enjoy it. Alright, let's take a quick look at this entrance. Not going to make a habit of going through entrances because most of the time they just bore me. Alright, this looks like an amateur entrance, so we will work on that even though it's more of a cosmetic thing. I do usually skip them, but if you're going to have them, they might as well look good.
It was an enormous endeavor to leave Hollywood in the rearview mirror and immerse yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually quite happy with the way that the gear turned out.
But she has pushed her body to get into a condition she never imagined.
Lights,
The debut of the Wildcat.
action.
Got Wildcat Halle Pearson. I don't know anybody by that name, so she's not modelled after anybody that I know, just putting that out there. It's just one of those names that kind of sounded like, you know, one of those social media influencer types. Thought, yep, that could fit the character quite well. Just run with that. Just added the Wildcat just because I wanted a logo to run with for her, which you can see just on the top there as well.
Guess what? We have an unprecedented situation tonight where, due to the fact almost the entire roster was stranded overseas, you're going to see some fresh
just
faces
got
on Raw.
owned.
And one of those fresh faces is Sasha Banks' opponent who just started. Oh, look at the start of this.
It does say that you have to win the match, so this isn't a good start.
Stretch that way.
Serious peril. No,
So she was never going to get that, unless I pressed the wrong button, which I have done before. Oh, now the tilt-a-whirl. That was pretty good. Who needs the performance center? She's ready to go. Oh, what a reversal. Kick to the gut. Knocks her down. And just smack her around a little bit on it. But Oh, another reversal. Timing's getting a little bit better. Alright, let's go. Against the ropes. Not sure what happened there, but we'll take it. Come on, let's stun her. Stun. Smack. 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 Almost. No, she got up. Alright. I still didn't stun her. Come on. Hit her again. Looks like a lot of these moves are part of Rey Mysterio's kit. As soon as you choose Cruiserweight, it pretty much just copy and paste it. Alright, do I have enough time to get her on the top rope? Probably not. You know what, we're going to try it anyway, see what happens. Oh, I got it! Nailed it! Alright, can we hit her with the finisher?
I think the crowd knows what we're about to see.
Oh! Spiked her. That is a vicious looking move. I really like that. No, that won't get her. That's surely. Yeah. She's only in the yellow. Wasn't going to get away with it that easy. It's kind of a shame that I have to beat up Sasha Banks. I am actually quite a fan of hers. But all the respect in the world doesn't change the fact that right now I got to beat her, even though she is really beating me up. Oh no, I'm almost stunned. Come on, counter. Thank you. Alright. Oh no, I'm stunned. I really hate it when she gets stunned. There's nothing you can do whatsoever. So in a way, I'm kind of glad she's doing this move because the animation will take up the entire time for being stunned. So let's hope we can get up after this. Oh, come on, I hit that. Oh no, bank statement. One thing in these games that I've always hated about her finisher, especially if you're using her, is that it seems to take up the entire length of the ring. So unless you're really at the ropes at the other side facing it, it always ends up being a rope break. So maybe it's something they can work on for the future, just to try and compress that animation a little bit so you don't need so much room. Come on, counter, counter. Oh no. That's not good. I'm supposed to be winning here, thank you. Puncher, kicker, kicker. Oh, that was pretty cool. I really like the combos that they've added to the game. Even though it is more of a fighting game type thing, it does still fit quite well in the wrestling games. Oh, the X Factor. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Come on, kick her in the head. There we go. No. Just trying to pick her up. Why does it keep doing that? It's probably me. Sure, it's me. Right, springboard. No, springboard. There we go. If I'd have done it the first time, it would have been really good. Oh! That was vicious. Alright, counter. Here we go. Spike. Alright, am I too close to the ropes? Yeah, too close to the ropes. What? Alright, that wasn't good. Oh! There we go. That's the signature. Let's see if that's enough. No. Alright, got another finisher. Let's go. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Again. There we go. Alright, we'll try and get around the other side this time. What? Why did I do that? Never mind. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. Well done. Alright. We'll leave the storyline there. Look at the little bruises on her face. If you want to see the creation, guys, stick around just a little bit longer. It is a very sped up version, so you won't be sitting there forever watching me flick through screens and scroll through items. Alright, here we go. So we're going with the actor, going with High Flyer. Alright, we'll go straight into the face. So you can see the face that I did use. What I try and do with the faces is, obviously I don't necessarily want it to look exactly like the person in the picture. So we do try and mold things a little bit better, just to try and get our own unique look. Sometimes it looks pretty good, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, one thing I also found with the face, because you tend to have a little bit of trouble sometimes getting the skin tones the same, once you get the edges close, like a lot of the images in this game, they do kind of stretch around. So once you bring the face in a little bit, it does actually sort of mold that skin tone into the head. So once you get it close, it can kind of balance itself out. If you're going to use a face, try not to use something that's got too much light on it or too much makeup or anything like that, because it does make the skin tones very difficult to match up. Some people do like to remove things like the eyes and eyebrows and things like that from the image, but I think it makes it easier for me anyway to line the eyes up. And also when you've got the natural eyebrows, it just looks so much better on the character itself, because that is just how that face is presented. If you're adding eyebrows, they don't always look right in the game. So if you want to put them on top, if you can find something that matches what you have, that's fine. You know, as I always say, it's your game, do it your way. These are just some of the things that I like to do. Around the eyes, I like to keep it that way, because some of the tones and textures and shading just around the eyes just make the face look that little bit more natural. Alright, then once you've got the face how you want it, I like to go in and just fine tune a few things, because sometimes the image, as in this, the eyes might look a little bit too big, so you can bring them in just a little bit, just to make them look a little bit more realistic. Even just playing with things like the nose, the cheeks, you know, if you want to lift the cheekbones up a little bit. If you're not happy with the way that the jaw looks, if you want to bring that in or even bring it out, depending on the look that you're going for. Even with the mouth, just making sure that, you know, if you think it's a little bit too wide, if you've stretched the picture a bit too much, you can bring that in just a little bit so that it does look a bit more natural. There's no perfect way to do this. Just put a little bit of a smile on that one. It's completely up to you what you want to do with the character. Alright, so bring the cheekbones up. Sometimes you can move these around and it doesn't really look like it makes all that much difference. Whereas other times you can see exactly what it's doing. So I think it also depends on the shape that you've got on the face and how much editing you did in the first part. But also, you know, you don't have to use the face images if you don't want to. If you want to keep things a little bit more simple, there's nothing wrong with using some of the default face templates they've got in the game, because, I mean, in this particular mode, it's a little bit different because you do see the face a lot. If it's just some of the general cores that you might have that you're really only seeing them in the ring, you're not going to see the face all that much anyway, so it doesn't have to be all that perfect. I'm just one of those people that really enjoys creating these characters. So when it comes to the face, I really like to adjust things. So even going back and fine-tuning some of these things, if I don't think it quite looks right, I'm more than happy to put that extra time into the creation of the character. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Now with the body, I just want to bring her height up just a little bit, say about 5'5". It's perfect. The only reason that I want to do that is if you make them too short, sometimes the moves don't quite line up properly in the animation and it just looks kind of silly. All right, now let's get rid of these eyebrows. We get rid of the eye makeup, the lipstick. We'll just change these up just a little bit. By doing that, any of the slight differences when you've lined the face up, so say for example the picture of the eye might appear on the eyelid sometimes, so by putting some of that makeup on there, it can hide some of those things during the gameplay. Alright, just go for a redhead is kind of what I'm going for here. I did actually think about doing a completely different color just to make her look a little bit more unique, but I thought just to start off with, we might have more of a natural look, and then down the track, as she gets into the big time, we might change the look up just a little bit and maybe use that as an alternate outfit. Alright, so let's go into the gear. Right, we'll start with the lower body. We'll just change these pants just a little bit. I'm only using the underwear from it because when you use the ring attire, they all seem to have stockings, like see-through stockings in between the pants and the lower parts, like knee pads and things like that. And it makes some of the images look really weird when you try and stretch them out like this because it goes onto those stockings. So I thought I'll just use the underwear and we'll make them look like proper pants. Alright, so we've got our wildcat that we're going to stick across the back. I just wanted to make sure that she had an identity, not just a name. Alright, so we're going to use that because the belt, we can make it look a little bit more like part of the pants rather than a separate belt. And what I'm doing, I just try and change the material more to a pastel, more of a matte texture, and just leave it as black, so that way if there are any areas where the image doesn't stretch correctly, it's still going to blend okay, because sometimes along the edges it'll really stretch and blur. With this particular image, it seems to look okay. It does blur in quite well. Now with the knee pads, we want something that sort of sits just on the knee and drops below, so that way the boots will cover most of it. So they're almost gonna look like extended socks more than anything else. You can use socks, but one thing when I was testing these out that I realized is when you put socks on them, it actually doesn't let you put the boots over the top for some reason. Alright, now on the sides here, the image doesn't always stretch right around, so sometimes you have to put a third image over the top, just depending on how it looks. I find with the boots, it has a lot of sections where it just doesn't like to line up properly. What are we doing with the boots? I had something in mind earlier and I've completely forgotten where I put them. That's the one. Alright, so again, we're just going with the matte material that's already black, so that's fine. And we're going to put our gold texture over the top. So these textures that I'm using, you can just find them on Google and use them. It's perfectly fine for use on created superstars and things like that. As long as you're not trying to sell the images, then you're not going to run into any copyright issues or anything like that, just for personal use on cause. So it's perfectly fine to do that sort of stuff. These were actually, I was just looking at gemstone textures, and these are some of the things that came up. I just thought, okay, well, what sort of color scheme am I looking for? So I wanted the red, wanted the gold, and I've also got another one that I'm going to do on a jacket at the end there. Alright, for the top, we just want a little bit more shape. We don't want much on the back. Alright, so we're going to do our textures and color again. With this particular top, you've got all these glittery bits that you can't actually change at all. So it might take a little bit more to cover up the images. Alright, so that's fine on the front there. So there's ones on the side, because they sit right near where you can see where the image doesn't quite stretch around. So if I put it in the middle and stretch it out, it's not going to sit right. So I've got to move it sort of right over to cover up that image, which means I'm going to have to put another one on the back. Alright, sometimes you've got to slide it around on the part that you want, otherwise it just doesn't seem to get there. Alright, that's all blended in quite well, but because it didn't really extend to the top for some reason, I'm just going to put another one on there. And it's little things like this why I don't worry too much about the jewelry, like earrings and piercings and stuff like that, simply because it takes up an extra layer on the character. So if you do need to put some extra things on there, like images and that are going to be a little bit more important, things that you're going to see, then it just means that you can't do that because you've got these extra layers already on there from the clothing. Alright, so that's another logo that I made up for her with another gold texture over the top of that logo. It's just something that I thought might match quite well. Now, going through this, I had something in mind for the wrist here, or the forearm. Then I just noticed this and saw that texture that's in the middle there and thought, you know what, we can probably use that and make it look a lot like some of the textures that we've already got. So rather than putting an image over the top, which would just be one image, because just the way that the images are, it's very hard to get them into those spaces. So, but I'll just use the colors that I've got to try and match that up as best as I can. So we've got our red, black, and gold. Alright. So that actually looked quite good. So you don't have to put custom images on everything. Sometimes it can look good just the way it is if you just modify the materials and the colors that go on there. Right, so we copy that over. Alright, now I just want a jacket. Alright, that's the jacket that we're going for. But also we don't want it to say the man on the back. Alright, so we're going to change that again. We're going to use our matte colors. The only thing I'll do is I'll leave the zippers more metallic, because if they do shine through, it's perfectly fine because they are allowed to be metal. So I've got this black and white stone texture that I'm just going to put over the top here. So it's going to take 3 to line up properly. Then we're going to put our logos and things on there. So we've got our merchandise that WWE can easily market. Alright, so just one more that we stretch over the back. all up, it took me probably an hour just to put this together, not including all the time it took to get the textures and what have you that I wanted to put into it beforehand. Now, at first I had an idea of putting the logo on the back like that and then Wildcat logo underneath it, but I figured because it says it on the pants, it would look a little bit repetitive. So I thought what we'll do is we'll get Wildcat and we'll stick it just on the front on either side. Alright, try and get it on the same angle and about the same stretch. Alright, we're just about done here, so thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Smash that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe because there will be more episodes coming your way very, very soon.